Spencer is here for InsideTrackNews.com and for the APC United Late Model Series. I'm here with 8-time Kawartha Speedway Late Model Track Champion, two-time Autumn Colors Classic winner in the Pro Late Model Division, Old School Dan McHattie. We just wrapped up the drivers' meeting. I mean, I'm looking around at a who's who of this division. It's incredible the amount of talent that is committed to this tour, and I'm happy to announce that you are going to be with us for all 8 races. Dan, you got to be so excited for what we've got planned for 2015.
Definitely excited, a little scared too. There hasn't been a gauge like this since the All-Star Tour. There's a lot of great, talented drivers out there, a lot of newer guys coming into the sport compared to what I ran against years ago. We're going out to support. You know, it's an incredible thing that Luke's put together here. There's not a lot of guys this day and age that are stepping up, putting the money and the time, and time's worth a lot these days too, putting those kind of things together for something like this. So hey, we got to support. If we want racing to continue in Ontario, if we want our short tracks to survive, we got to support racing as much as we can. Especially
with hearing the news of tracks closing, we may have lost 2 over the off season, so all the more reason to go out on tour. Now, when Kawartha sort of went silent, there were a lot of guys, I guess yourself included, with the ACT style chassis that found themselves in the middle almost. You weren't quite a pro late model by definition with Flamborough and Delaware had. You weren't really a limited late model. You were kind of...
We were blackballed like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, you were right in the center. I mean, you're like the last kid picked in gym class.
We built a new car basically as Kawartha closed up. It's sad because, yeah, Kawartha is a fantastic track. But we built a car as a pro late. That's where my heart is. It's kind of, you know, when I was growing up, this is kind of the kind of car, wide fives, that kind of stuff that I wanted to race as a kid. I don't have any aspirations to run anything higher. I don't have aspirations to run the Canadian Tire Series or anything like this. I want to run a late model. This is true late model racing. And yeah, hey, you know what? We might go out and run like you know, a limp new. You know what? When we're out there, we're going out to win races if we can. We're definitely going with that in our mind, and it's great. Pro late model racing is it's been absent in Ontario for a little while now. JP's kept it alive with the autumn colors. Delaware and Flamborough have tried their hardest to keep it alive too. The kind of the limited late model car has kind of progressed, and ultimately there's not a lot of difference. There's some small differences, but not a lot. So you know, I'm happy, excited, and like I said, we're taking the plunge to prepare a car that is capable of winning, just as long as the driver gets his shit together and goes out there and does it.
I mean, in a large way, does this tour act as a bit of a saving grace to the ACT tour guy or the ACT chassis guys like yourself, Brian Mercer, Dave Morgan, Link Brown, fellas that might have a chassis that they couldn't really take anywhere else?
Yes and no. You know what? JP was kind enough to open up his rule package to allow us to come run with some penalty. It was tough sledding with our cars with the penalties we had to run. We can take our cars to go and run, but by all means, you want to run competitive. There are some changes. We've changed our car. That it's not going to be an ACT car anymore. It's a full-blown pro late. It is 4-piston calipers. It's the 604. It's the whole 9 yards, and there's no going back now, as per se.
Now, it was just announced in the meeting today that now there's going to be some provisional starting spots for the Autumn Colors Classic offered up as part of the tour. So events at Peterboro and Delaware will be awarding spots for the front row at the Autumn Colors Classic. For someone that really makes a solid effort to never miss an Autumn Colors, this has to mean a whole lot to the 71 team.
Definitely, and you know what, we actually missed a few in the middle part of the years there, but we've supported it strongly. We run well in that. It's kind of a win it or wreck it kind of thing, and we've done a good job at doing both. So it's great. It's a great incentive. I'm thankful that JP did that. I'm really hoping, I haven't spoke with JP, but I'm really hoping that he probably follows the rules of the APC Tour for that race. Because like I said, it is a true pro late model. So if we can continue with the 10-inch rubber, I think it'll be great for that race as well too. Peterborough's a tight little track. You get into a guy with the 8-inch rubber on our cars with how fast they were. It was easy to lose a car. Now we get a little bit more rubber. I think it should be not a 4-hour race anymore. Car should be a little more controllable, should be a lot faster. I think it'll be a great show.
In recent years at the Pro Late Model event for the Classic, you see a lot of limited late models sort of coming up in class. and doing very well. The way that the rulebook is now, if we mirror the APC rulebook for the Autumn Colors Classic, does that shift the momentum back in the favor of the true Pro Late models?
Yes and no. The benefit of Peterboro, it's not a motor track. It's a weight track. It's a handling track. So you could still come in with a limited late with the 602. You're going to get that weight advantage there, and that will really help. And like I said, it's not a horsepower track. I think you could still come in with that 602 and be competitive. I think it'll still be open to some of the guys that want to dabble in the higher class and bring home a bigger paycheck. I think it's still going to be open for that.
Now, to go out on the road for eight nights, it takes a lot of support. It takes a lot of people behind the scenes to make it happen. Thank the folks that are going to make sure that the 71 car gets to go on a cross-province tour in 2015.
Definitely, and you know what? Everyone that's involved with my race team is friends of mine, friends of my family, or is my family. You know, I got to thank my mom and dad, and Colin, and Heidi, and everyone that's been coming out to support. Jim Enborg from Uniglass Plus Z-Bart, been a long-time supporter of mine. JJ Stewart Chrysler, Sidey Napa Auto Supply, Douglas Automotive, Barry McLennan Masonry, a lot of hometown suppliers like Praxair, Fox and Alternator Starter, a lot of companies like that do whatever they can to help me out in my program. So greatly appreciate that. I really got to say thanks to Luke and APC, Thatcher, Adam, and Billy at Grisdale's here, and Image Factor, everyone else that's helping out or supporting the series. I know Mike McCall's jumping on board now too. Thankful to all those guys that are really supporting the racing in Ontario.
There you go, folks. You're sort of on the shelf a little bit last year. I know you had some Peterboro days, but this is the way we really get you back racing for a championship. This is something to get excited about. 8-time Kawartha Speedway titleist, Old School Dan McHattie, is back racing for some hardware this year. He'll be on the APC United Late Model Series. Dan, thank you for the time and all the best this season.
Thank you, Spencer.